Eala relishes moment as PH flag bearer at SEA Games. Bangkok. There was no doubt that Eala had the time of her life, doing her part as flag bearer of Team Philippines in the opening ceremony of the 33rd Southeast Asian Games. The tennis sensation shared the important symbolic duty with the last Pilipinas volleyball star Brian Bagunas as the country's delegation came out for the Parade of Nations at Rajamangala Stadium on Tuesday here. An edited video posted by Eala on social media showed her transition from wearing her uniform while training at a tennis court to her parade outfits while carrying the Philippine flag at this city's national stadium. The video has garnered more than 106,000 likes on her Instagram account. I was very excited to be our flag bearer and take part in the opener because it's my first time and it's a new experience, she said after the opening rites. She also helped Bagunas collect snaps of the moment that he could post on his socials. There was another viral photo of her posing with boxer Nesty Patricio in a mock fighting pose. "Nice to see you again, champ," Patricio wrote his caption. With the opening now out of the way, Eala can focus on winning a gold for the country in these games. She is part of the team event and will also compete in the singles event at National Tennis Development Center in Nonthaburi. The Philippine Tennis Association, PHILTA, had earlier described Eala's participation as something that could inspire the tennis contingent at the Games. Not only does her presence inspire our tennis squads, it also inspires the entire 1,600-strong Philippine delegation, said PHILTA Secretary General John Ray Tiangco. Meanwhile, in Manila, Grace Antigua, the former Philippine women's volleyball team setter and three-time SEA Games gold medalist, wished all the best for Giada Guzman and Alas Pilipinas, believing the young squad has what it takes to finally end a 20-year podium drought in Thailand. Antigua, now a coach of the University of San Carlos, USC, in Cebu, had an outstanding national team career with 3 SEA Games gold medals in 1981, 1985, and 1987. In the past 4 editions, the Philippines fell short of a bronze medal in the biennial meet with 4 consecutive fourth-place finishes. "I hope and pray that they can at least get 3rd place. That's it for now," said Antigua after USC made a surprising silver medal finish in the shaky Super League Cebu leg in August. They really have a chance at gold or silver. Even so, getting bronze would already be good if we can achieve it. The roar began as a murmur, just a soft tremor under the stadium lights, before rolling into a tidal wave that crashed through the grandstand. It was a familiar sound to Eala, but on this night, it felt different, louder, deeper, charged with something she could neither name nor completely prepare for. She had been in front of crowds before. She had lifted trophies in foreign cities, faced down powerful opponents, and carried the hopes of a tennis-loving nation on her shoulders since she was barely a teenager. But nothing, not even her biggest victories, equaled the moment she now found herself in, standing at the mouth of the athlete's entrance tunnel, the Philippine flagstaff resting in her palms, the fabric neatly folded on itself before the march began. It was the opening ceremony of the Southeast Asian Games, and she, Alexandra Eala, age still young but dreams already grown full, was the flag bearer of the Philippines. The breath before the roar. Alex took a slow inhale, the cool air of the stadium brushing past her face like a whispered promise. She had seen the rehearsals, the floor markers, the screen projections. She had studied the logistics sheet the organizing committee laid out in excruciating detail. But standing here, watching the cascade of stadium lights turn the track into a river of shifting colors, she felt a kind of awe snap through her. Behind her, the national delegation waited. Athletes from dozens of sports, from wushu to swimming, sepak takraw to athletics. Some were humming nervously. Others laughed to mask their jitters. Many loosened their muscles as though they had already begun a competition. United, they looked like a wave of red, blue, white, and yellow ready to break through the tunnel. When chef de mission attorney Karen Caballero approached, her steps brisk but her voice warm, Alex straightened. "Ready?" Caballero asked with a grin that said she already knew the answer. Alex smiled back, lips trembling only slightly. "More than ready." Caballero nodded toward the flagstaff. "Then carry it proudly. Tonight is for you, and for all of us." Alex tightened her grip. She felt the grain of the pole under her fingertips. She felt the weight of the cloth she had yet to raise. She felt her heart thudding like a drum calling her to step forward. The stadium began to dim. A hush washed across the crowd, like nightfall rolling over a sea. Then, as if summoned by destiny itself, the announcer's voice cracked through the dark. Representing the Republic of the Philippines, flag bearer, Eala. 2. The walk of a lifetime. Light exploded around her. The Philippine flag unfurled, its colors igniting like flames against the night sky. The sun, the stars, the bold stripes, it shimmered as though alive. Alex lifted it higher, letting it taste the wind. A cheer rose, swelling, expanding, crashing into a roar so powerful it shook the very ground beneath her shoes. She stepped forward. One foot, then another. She had walked onto tennis courts thousands of times in her life, but this was unlike any walk before it. The flag was heavier than it looked, but she welcomed the weight. It felt like history draped across her shoulders. History of athletes who had carried it before her, of Filipinos who had fought for it, of families who lived beneath its colors every day. Phones flashed in the stands. Some waved mini flags. Others screamed her name as though it were a battle cry. Alex, Laban Pilipinas. Mabuhay ka. She found herself smiling, no beaming. Her chest swelled. Her steps found rhythm. The flag rippled above her like a creature eager to dance with the wind. And in the grandstand, somewhere among the thousands, she knew her family was watching. Her parents, her brother, relatives who had cheered for her since she first gripped a tiny junior racket. She imagined her mother crying, her father standing tall, her brother clapping so hard he'd forget to breathe. The thought warmed her to the core. Behind her, the Philippine delegation began their march. Some held their phones, others linked arms. Most simply stared at Alex as though she were the very beacon guiding them forward. It was strange, she thought. She, who had once been a little girl watching older athletes march with a flag, was now the one at the front, a symbol of the nation's hopes, a face of the Philippines, a torch for younger athletes who watched her in the same way she once watched others. It felt unreal, but also entirely right. 3. The girl before the flag bearer. Long before the stadium lights and cameras, there was just Alex and the tennis court at the Manila Polo Club, the place where she had first learned to chase little yellow balls bouncing across rough cement. She was 8 then, hair tied too tightly, racket too big for her frame,